Hey guys, YouTuber100 here. Alright, and now here I am with another Harry Potter review. Now, here I am to review Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So, this is probably the Harry Potter film that I'm the most mixed on. I just don't know whether or not to say I like this film or not, because it just seems really mixed to me. Like, when I saw it in the theaters, I did like it. Then when I rewatched it, I, changed my mind. Yeah, I mean, this one just, it seems so mixed for me. I keep flip-flopping hopping on whether or not I like it, because it's just really mixed. I mean, overall, it does have, a good plot to it. And it basically, yeah, it does kind of set up of what is going to be taking place in the next films. So I do like its plot that it does, and it does have some good scenes in it. Like, it has a lot of good things about it, but at the same time, it also does seem to have a lot of stuff that really doesn't need to be in it. Like, it just seems to have a lot of filler into it. And so, yeah, the pacing just for this film, it just seems kind of inconsistent. Like, at times it is, being really good, but then at other times it just, goes down from, some filler things that the room really didn't need. But, I still do, I don't know, I'm still, mixed on it. I'm not sure whether or not to give the movie, thumbs up or thumbs down. I know, I'm just, really mixed on it. So I just, give this one, a thumbs in the middle. Well, I mean, I just really don't know. Even probably after I make this review, I'm still going to be, flip-flopping on whether or not I like this film. I mean, that's how mixed I am on it. I've just kept changing my mind about how I feel about this film. It feels that mixed to me about it. So, yeah, it does kind of, yeah, it does show, a little bit back. This film does, show a little bit more about Voldemort's past. Once again, Voldemort, he's not, actually in the film, during the present time. There's no conflict between Harry and Voldemort in this film at all. Voldemort is talked about in this film, but he's not actually, in the film itself. I mean, we do see, some flashbacks of young Voldemort when he was Tom Riddle, when he was at Hogwarts. And we'll just learn, more about how he became what he is. But yeah, as I said, Voldemort's not actually, in the film, actually in the film. At the present time, with any confrontations with Harry or anything. It's just, flashbacks. But Voldemort is still, talked about in the film. And it just, it is kind of, a little about Voldemort just showing, what actually has happened with him when he was at Hogwarts. And, some of the stuff that has been and shown about him, and it just kind of does show things that actually contain his soul and what the things that actually are able to bring him back and stuff. But yeah, so I just feel really mixed on it. I'm just it just feels like a half and half film to me right now. And I guess this film also does kind of it does make a few more changes. Here we have a new potions teacher who was the previous potions teacher before Snape returned, and now in this film Snape is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Yeah, and this film is also making us think that Snape is another one of Voldemort's followers, or whatever it is you want to say. If Snape is another Death Eater. And yeah, but then, once we see, what happens at the end of the film with Snape and, Dumbledore, then, shows that what we would eventually find out later on about what happened between Snape and Dumbledore at the end of this film. But I'll get to that once I reach the part in the film. So, yeah. In this film also, throughout this film, Harry is, trying to find out if Malfoy is one of Voldemort's Death Eaters also, because Harry suspects Malfoy being one, and so Harry is doing everything he can to actually find out for sure if Malfoy is uh, one of Voldemort's Death Eaters. So, oh yeah, kind of just like a mix of good and wasted things in this movie. I would probably give the film, I don't know, I guess I would give it like a solid 3 stars out of 4, I guess. I guess like I'm a little more leaning towards the good in this film, but I mean it does like have its flaws to it. So yeah, I guess I'll just like get right into it. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna focus on like the main story for this film and not go into the filler stuff because yeah, it's really like just a lot of filler stuff. I'm probably just gonna glance through this as fast as I can. So the movie opens showing that Voldemort is causing like magical attacks and stuff on the wizarding in the Muggle worlds, and apparently Malfoy has been chosen by Voldemort for a secret mission to carry out, and it shows Harry like in a diner reading the Daily Prophet in front of Muggles. And it's like showing like Harry is like trying to pick up on like a worker at the diner or something. I don't know. And then Harry eventually runs into Dumbledore, and Dumbledore brings Harry with him to visit like the old potions master at Hogwarts, Professor Horace Slughorn, and apparently he was like in hiding for all these years, but then Dumbledore then convinced Slughorn to return to Hogwarts as the potions teacher. And then Dumbledore just brings Harry back to run the Weasley Burrow, where Harry meets with the Weasley family and Hermione, who's also there. And eventually, later on, like it shows Snape, hey, like with Bellatrix and like uh, Malfoy's mother, Narcissa, is that how it's said? And apparently Snape, it was like made a vow with her to protect Malfoy. Like, and if Malfoy fails on the mission, that Snape has to fulfill it. And eventually Harry catches Malfoy, like taking part in a ceremony inside Knockturn Alley, and then that's when Harry starts to feel that Voldemort made Malfoy another one of his Death Eaters. And yeah, Harry tried to tell Ron and Hermione about it, but Ron and Hermione were really skeptical about it, and so then Harry used his invisibility cloak to try to spy on Malfoy on the Hogwarts train. And once the train arrived at Hogwarts, like everybody else like got off of the train, but Malfoy stayed on, and then Malfoy just like shut the doors and windows and stuff. And Malfoy knew Harry was spying on him, and he used the Petrificus Totalis spell on Harry to just stiffen him and freeze him up. And then Malfoy just caught Harry, and he pulled the cloak off, and then he just stomped on Harry's nose and broke it. And yeah, he was basically just trying to get Harry to just go back on the train to London, and he covered him up with the invisibility cloak again. But then Luna Lovegood, she was back in this film. She eventually discovered Harry and recovered him. And then, like, Dumbledore announced that Slughorn would be resuming his duties as the potions teacher, and that Snape is now the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. And then Harry and Ron, they were like said to have a free period, but then Professor McGonagall then just sent them to Professor Slughorn's potions class. And yeah, Harry and Ron were just like looking for textbooks to borrow. Oh, and apparently Harry like grabbed another a copy of the book. And apparently that book was like filled up with notes to help Harry out in the potions class. And that's because apparently, like, the book was previously owned by the Half-Blood Prince. And then, due to everything in that book, Harry really did excel the potions class. And later on, like, Harry was having some tryouts for the Quidditch team, and like Ron made the team as the keeper. And as Ron made the team, Ron was like having a relationship with this lavender brown girl. Really, yeah, this was like one of the filler things about it. Yeah, I won't talk too much about it. But apparently, yeah, during this whole thing with the Ron and Lavender relationship, apparently Hermione wasn't happy about it. And yeah, Ron and Hermione eventually discovered Harry with the book with the Half-Blood Prince. Let's see. Yeah. And later on, like during the Christmas season, Harry went to celebrate with the Weasley family. And while they were celebrating, Bellatrix and Fenrir Greyback attacked the burrow and set it on fire. And yeah, and Harry was just like tried going after them, and yeah, Harry just suspected that like Voldemort was behind it or something. Yeah. And later on, back at the school year, as Ron was like on the Quidditch team still, Ron was on apparently like was drinking a poison drink or something that was supposed to be meant for Dumbledore, and Ron nearly died from it, but he did recover from it. And apparently, like Ron was like murmuring Hermione's name, as he was in the hospital. And apparently, Lavender wasn't happy about it, and she just like broke up with Ron. And later on, Harry then eventually did confront Malfoy again, as Malfoy was like kind of really emotional about serving Voldemort. And then Malfoy tried to fight off Harry, but then Harry then like used a real powerful spell to really injure Malfoy. Like, yeah, he used the spell Tum Sempra, is that how it's called? Yeah, apparently that was one of the spells that Harry had gotten from the book of the Half-Blood Prince. And then Snape then arrived, and he just like healed Malfoy up real quickly. Then Harry and Ginny eventually hid the book in the room of requirement because they felt that the book may be like filled up with a lot of darker magic. Yeah. And as they were hiding the book, then like Harry and Ginny like ended up like having their first kiss together, and so yeah, this movie basically was like saying that like Hermione did have a thing for Ron, and Harry also had a thing for Ginny. So yeah, it would like eventually lead to what we would see at the end of the final film. But yeah, I'll talk about that when I get to that. Yeah. And then later on, Dumbledore was just showing Harry memories from like Tom Riddle when he was really young. And then we're just revealing that Slughorn actually has memory that was critical to Voldemort's defeat. Then Harry eventually did retrieve the memory, and he discovered that Voldemort was looking for information on creating the Horcruxes, which are actual things that contain pieces of Voldemort's soul. Then, like, the memory was showing Tom Riddle as wondering about his soul while being divided into 7 pieces, if that was possible. And Dumbledore then just revealing that Voldemort did do it, and he like 2 of his Horcruxes had been destroyed, which was the diary from the second movie and his mother's ring. Yeah, and then Harry and Dumbledore eventually discovered where another Horcrux could possibly be hiding, and Harry and Dumbledore went to a seaside cave. cave. And then, like, Harry just had to make a drink, a really painful potion for Dumbledore to drink, which would hide a Horcrux, which was actually, like, Salazar Slytherin's locket. And eventually, like, Dumbledore was able to defend him and Harry from Inferi, and then he and Harry eventually operated back to Hogwarts, and then it showed that the Death Eaters entered the castle with Malfoy's help through, like, the vanishing cabinet that Malfoy had been, like, working on to repair throughout the school year. And eventually, Dumbledore or then just had Harry hide once Malfoy arrived. And then, like, Malfoy and Dumbledore were just at face to face, and then Malfoy ended up just disarming Dumbledore. And yeah, Malfoy then just revealed that he was chosen by Voldemort to kill Dumbledore. But yeah, Malfoy just, like, couldn't bring himself to do it, and then Snape then arrived in. And, like, Snape was just looking at Dumbledore kind of, like, reluctantly. And then, yeah, Snape then casted the Vada Kedavra curse, and that ended up, like, killing Dumbledore, and Dumbledore ended up just falling out of the tower down. And yeah, as I said, like, it would later be revealed that Snape and Dumbledore had actually, like, planned that to, like, and it would eventually, like, carry over to the next movies. And yeah, of course, then Harry, like, was livid over Dumbledore being killed, and then Harry tried to go after Snape and tried cursing him. And Snape tried to leave, and then Snape just ended up overpowering Dumbledore. And then Snape then revealed to Harry that he was the Half-Blood Prince. And then it just showed, like, all the Hogwarts staff and students mourning over Dumbledore's death. And then, like, it just showed, like, Harry, Ron, and Hermione later on in one of the towers. And Harry then told Ron and Hermione that the Locket Horcrux wasn't a real deal, and it was just a fake one. But the locket ended up containing a message from R.A.B. And it was saying that he had stolen the real Horcrux and had the intent to destroy it. Then Harry was just, like, knew that he had to find the other Horcruxes. And yeah, Harry was just telling Ron and Hermione that he wouldn't be coming back to Hogwarts, saying that he's got to finish whatever Dumbledore started, and he doesn't know where he'll end up, but he'll let Ron and Hermione know where he is. And then, yeah, Hermione just told Harry that he know that he wouldn't be able to find all the rest of the Horcruxes by himself, and that he needs Hermione and Ron. And so then, yeah, Hermione and Ron would be joining Harry to finish off this off what Dumbledore started. Yeah. And then the movie just ended with Fawkes just flying through the sky, and Harry, Ron, Hermione just looking up at Fawkes. And yeah, of course, as I said, this would just, like, be a cliffhanger to lead over to the events in the next movies. And so yeah, that's how the movie ended. So yeah, like I said, I'd probably give this 3 stars out of 4. Yeah, as I said, I am pretty mixed on it, but I do think overall, I am, like, leaning more towards the good stuff, because, I mean, what is good, it is still, like, pretty good in it. Yeah, I mean, if it would actually, like, stay consistent and, like, not have a bunch of filler in it, the movie probably still could have been, like, really good. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's still not a horrible movie. Like, it is still, like, I still say, like, it is worth watching. Alright, so yeah, that does it for a review of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and yeah, have just like 2 more days of the month left in November, so yeah, I'll then just now get into reviewing the two Deathly Hallow movies. So yeah, I'll review part one tomorrow and then part two on Wednesday. So yeah, I'll just finish the month up with reviewing the two parts of the Deathly Hallows. So stay tuned. All right, but I hope you. All right, so yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.